Wow, look at this Detroit team. Wasn't it just a couple of days ago that Stan Van Gundy was thinking about reevaluating his starting lineup, thinking that there wasn't enough effort being brought to games? And now look at this Detroit team, as you just heard the guys talk about on the broadcast. Wins against Minnesota, win at L.A. against the Clippers, and now they got the Lakers coming up on Tuesday. But this is a massive win for Detroit.
Now, you think Stan was just sending a message? Quiet message about change. It's
or
amazing.
Not so quiet. Or
yeah,
not so
but
quiet.
you have to do that as a coach.
Yeah.
When you're look, it's one thing to miss shots, to execute a play and miss a shot. It's another thing to play great defense and the offense to play just a little bit better. But as a coach, when you feel like your team is not bringing that effort night in and night out, they're not focused, they're not playing hard, they're not playing together, that's a concern, because those things are correctable. Those things are very correctable. Missing shots and things of that nature, it happens as part of the game. But effort, attention to detail, those things are always correctable.
Two things, Jared, that I think with Detroit that I'm watching. One is that the closer on the Pistons may just be Tobias Harris. I know Reggie Jackson is the guy, but the matchup problems that he can present with his ability to score the basketball, to get down in the post and use his size on some guys if they run a 1-3 screen and roll, he becomes very effective. If they run guys at him, he can find open guys. Tonight was a big sign, and I wonder how much of a confidence booster, not just for him, but for their team, to realize that Tobias Harris can step up in the moments. Number two, and this may be more important, as Stanley Johnson continues to get minutes and experience in the NBA where he's been waiting for his time, the one thing that he may start to realize, and I know tonight he had a game where he scored in double figures, but he may start to realize that, you know what, I can play 35 minutes for this coach and not score and still make an impact as to what we need to do to win basketball games. And maybe he starts to see a little bit of that light about occasionally having nights where he scores, right, Sam? Occasionally
think about
doing
a guy like Avery Bradley and a guy like that changes the mentality of young players.
Yes.
Stanley Johnson has the physical ability to be a great defender.
Right, and I'm thinking that what I'm encouraged about for him is the opportunity is one thing, but the realization of being a professional, playing that many games, is that, look, man, on some nights, just being out there, that's the privilege. Being out there and playing hard, that's the job. And the reason that you keep getting those chances is because that's what you're doing. And so these last couple of games, that's a nice sign for the Detroit Pistons. If you're a fan of progress, that's what you're getting.
Think about the end of the spectrum here for Stanley Johnson. Finishes the week, as you mentioned, 41 minutes played, 15 points, and a win at Golden State. Started the week last Monday. You remember this? Mm-hmm. It's going to be one of the lines that everybody wants to forget about this season. Stanley Johnson in 17 minutes, zeros across the board. 0 points, 0 steals, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. Did nothing to contribute in that game, and now comes back just a week later. But you said Avery Bradley, he's on the court after the game talking about this huge Pistons win, their third straight.
All right, thanks, George. Avery getting a lot of love from your teammates after this one. Listen, last night you beat the last remaining unbeaten in the league. Tonight you beat the defending world champs. How'd you do it?
I think it started on the defensive end for us. We were able to get consistent stops, and that helped our offense get going. Defense has to be our mentality every single game, and that has to be our identity. Whenever we play that way, it's fun.
You guys have talked about it, continuing to find it. You have to play unselfishly as well. But how about the energy that you guys had to expend to get this one tonight?
We know that going into this game, playing against a great offense like this, they have some really good players, and we wanted to take the challenge. We want to help each other out, especially coming off a back-to-back. This is definitely a challenge for our team, but, I love the way that we played. Stan definitely prepared us this morning for the game, and we came out and executed our game plan.
You guys have talked about, trying to improve defensively with better technique. Even with better technique against their big three, how tough is it to defend them? It's
tough, man. When one's going, the other one's going, or when one's missing shot, the other one's making shots. So they're a very good team, and I just like the way we played tonight. Credit to those guys, but we have to continue to grow, and the sky's the limit for this team right here.
Last one, I'll let you go. What kind of statement are you telling everybody back home about this basketball team?
We're a team that's going to grind each and every game and play as hard as we can, and we're playing for the fans, and we're playing for the city of Detroit, so they should definitely be excited about this year.
Way to go, man.
Thank you.